Good morning, friends. Welcome back to the channel. Having my early coffee here, looking at my vehicle maintenance. Today's video, I'm going to spend some time. I'm going to walk through how I maintain my vehicles, what I do at home, what I take to the shop. Also, I'll talk about the modifications that I make. I'm going to call this a dynamic plan, meaning that sometimes I change it up. In fact, I have a big change coming right now. Some of my Toyotas, I'm going to change from 0W20 to 5W30 oil. I'll talk about that much more. Hey, let's dive in here. So oil and filter every 5,000 miles. I've gone from 8 down to 7, down to 6, down to 5. I'm convinced 5,000 miles is the right spot, and maybe even less than that, but no more than that. Even if it's full synthetic, I don't even care what the oil is, 5,000 or less. I also do all those oil changes at home now. Even when my vehicles are new and the dealership says, hey, they get free oil changes. I had them screw up before where my wife left there leaking oil all over the place. Could have easily blown up the engine. You know what? I'll just do it at home. Thanks anyway. The transmission fluid, roughly every 30,000 miles, and I do a drain and fill. The drain and fill, when I take a look at the fluid and I smell the fluid, I'll see maybe sometimes I'm doing one drain and fill. More likely and often I'm doing either 2 or 3 drain and fills. Don't forget there's a lot of fluid in there. When you do a drain and fill, a lot of my vehicles only get about 3.5 quarts out. There's a lot more fluid than that. The idea of changing the transmission fluid is not to change all of it. In fact, you don't even want to do that. Just to change maybe 20% of it. And then if the fluid doesn't look good, maybe up to like 50%. But again, be careful before you dive too deep into that one. Hey, coolant, every 30,000, I do a drain and fill. The fluid looks good. I do 2, maybe even 3 drain and fills. Power steering fluid every 30,000 miles. Rear diff every 30,000 miles. That's another one that I've changed recently. So I am doing that one a little bit more frequently. And the front diff at 50,000 miles. So I have 2 of the vehicles are 4-wheel drive. On the 4-wheel drive ones, we do not use the 4-wheel drive very much. So the 50,000, I still don't know if that's the right call on that one for sure, but that's what I'm going to go with. Transfer case, 50,000 miles. The transfer case on the vehicles I have do not spin unless it's in 4-wheel drive. So again, it's a pretty extended amount of miles, but you might need to check your own vehicle and see if you need to modify that one. Brake fluid every 50,000 miles. That's probably pretty generous. Brakes as needed. Engine air filter every 20,000 or so. I check it though, maybe every 6 months. I just take a look. Does it look clean? Does it look dirty? Don't need to shake it out. Cabin air filter again every 20,000 miles. Spark plugs, I used to do the Toyota recommendation of 100,000 miles. Now I brought it down to 80. I did not realize that failing to do your spark plugs on time, I just figured I'd let them run, and when the engine makes weird noises, I'll just change them out. No, you're damaging multiple things, including a very expensive one, like your catalytic converters. I didn't realize that. So I brought that down to 80,000 miles, and now I'm pretty conservative with it, even doing it a little bit before 80,000. And here is what I'm going to call the maintenance I don't hear of very much, which I am realizing as I age is very important. Paint protection every 6 months. Paint protection every 6 months. The last 2 vehicles we've gotten rid of were vehicles that still ran just fine. As adults in our community, the vehicles were looking very rough with faded paint. My F250 went from red to pink. I'm not kidding, like pink. It just wasn't a good look for me. We had a Toyota Tacoma 1998 that the clear coat peeled like crazy. I mean, the whole thing was blistering. It just looked ridiculous. Still ran just fine. That's the reason that we ended up selling those vehicles and getting new ones. So what I use is a product, I'll put it down in the description, that is kind of a blend between a ceramic coating and a wax. So it goes on like a wax. It doesn't give you the gleam like a turtle wax, but it looks kind of nice, but it's more about protecting the vehicle. And the vehicles we've done that to, we're getting much better results. It's not my favorite thing to do, but I do it. If I'm lazy, I'll just do it on the sun-prone areas. Where is the sun going to cause the most damage and the most weathering? All right, so I'll also walk you through. Here's the individual vehicles we have. So currently a 2013 Toyota Sequoia named Chili. Maybe you can figure out what kids show. That's right, 3 kids, 2 dogs. Toyota Sequoia 2013. The front seats, my wife and I do not think are very comfortable. Other than that, this vehicle is a tank, is epic. crappy gas mileage, but who cares? Runs forever. Very, very little time in the shop. I'm going to basically say none. But anyway, here's the way I run this is the oil changes are in black. So you see 8, 9, 17. That's the first time I started doing this almost, I guess about 9 years ago. That's the date. And then I put the mileage, 68,000. And that was the first oil change. We bought this vehicle brand new. All the vehicles that are on this list. Oh, that's not true. But this one we did brand new. I just didn't start doing this list until 2017. On the blue, if you see something in blue, it's something other than an oil change. So there you go, a transmission drain and fill. And I write a little note like, hey, repeated every 30,000. And sometimes I'll put notes like what the fluid looks like. Again, more oil changes down there. I even mark on this. This is really nice too. This is a Google document that you're looking at right now. So if I go to AutoZone, which I buy a lot of my parts, I know. You can look right here, MIC 4-453. When I'm in there looking for a filter, I don't need those guys to help me. I just look on my phone. There it is. All right, get the filter, get the oil, make sure I get the right one. Another transmission drain and fill, saying good color. So I only did it one time on that, just one drain and fill. Waxed and sealed the sun areas. You can look, 2023 is the first time I did it. And that is 10 when the vehicle hit 10 years. Did I mention that? So for the sun-prone areas, I only do it when the vehicle hits 10 years. Sorry, I should have said that earlier. Let me repeat. I only do the sun protection when the vehicle hits 10 years. My opinion is that a vehicle, when it's brand new, has got paint and it's got a solid clear coat on it. The clear coat starts to break down over time. When it hits 10 years, I feel like that's the turning point where you got to start adding and helping it. When the vehicle hits like 15 years, there's a good chance you're too late. Good chance that at 15 years, you're going to start seeing some damage. Now, it depends on where you live, right? I have a fairly nice climate. So if you live somewhere that's got beating sun or really heavy winters, you might think about that paint protection earlier, like maybe it's at 5 years old, something like that. Or if you have nicer weather than I have, I don't know, and maybe you even extended some. The tough thing is that once the paint starts to peel or fade, it's kind of too late. So you're better off guessing too early than guessing too late. So here's another modification that I'm going to start to make. Oh, look at that too. Like there's the tires and when we did the TPMS replacements. So all that stuff is in here. So if you're ever going, didn't we just change the brakes? You can look on here. You can see exactly when you did it. So here's one of the modifications I'm going to make. I'm going to start putting in that vehicle that you just looked at. And my next one here is a 2021 Toyota Tundra named Bandit. Again, named by our youngest one. Can you figure out the show? Those ones, I'm going to quit using 0W20 and I'm going to go to 5W20 or 5W30. Hey, if you know better than me, you can put a comment down below. I think 5W30 will run just fine. The engines seem to run a little bit loud, and I'm getting increasingly convinced that the 0W20 is more about cafe and making the and these manufacturers trying to, and government regulations saying that they need to be more fuel efficient, even at the cost of reducing the longevity of your engine. So anyway, gonna go to a 5W20 or 5W30 on there. So there's Toyota Tundra 2021, probably the smartest / luckiest buy that we have. That's the last year of Toyota's greatness before the downfall of the 2022 turbo pushed V6 recalls, etc. So that one's been an excellent vehicle. And then the last one that I have on this list right here, oh, by the way, in red down here, I'll put what I want to do soon. So differentials, transfer case, meaning that, hey, I'm getting close to time to do that. So it makes it really nice. Ford F150 2006. This one is called Bluey. You can guess the color of the truck. And oil changes on there. This is one that I bought from my brother-in-law. I say buy. He really was very generous and sort of gifted it to the family at a very unreasonably low price. Good for us, and we're grateful. With that said, we bought it with 150,000 miles. It doesn't have much more mileage than that. We've been fixing it up, getting it ready for our 15-and-a-half-year-old to drive. It's a nice vehicle though, really nice, sharp looking vehicle. So all this blue here is I basically did all of the maintenance and just kind of reset the vehicle from oil to transfer case, four-wheel drive, the hubs, and the differentials and transmission fluid, and just kind of did the whole thing. And then you can see here the oil changes. That one's got a 5W30, which will be really nice because I'm going to get all the vehicles. I think I'm just going to go to the 5W30. That'll be nice that I'll have all of the vehicles running on the same oil. K&N filter, so that reminds me, it's, that's when you clean. That's not when you throw away and buy a new one. Anyway, hey friends, I hope today's video helped you out. If you have any questions, concerns, and also I think that these maintenance schedules need to be modified for your personal vehicle and maybe even your own personal pocketbook. I don't mind making these maintenance or doing the maintenance, and I make videos out of them. So I might be a little bit generous on when I do them a little bit earlier. But as I age, I'm convinced that this maintenance schedule reflects someone who's trying to get the most mileage and years out of their vehicle, where the maintenance schedules that the dealers are giving you and manufacturers is representing something that is trying to look really great, but you're not getting the longevity out of your vehicle. Hey friends, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, give it a thumbs up, and we'll see you next time.